Imagine waking up, checking your bank account, and realizing your entire life savings have completely vanished. All it took was a single 5-minute phone call. A stranger called you out of the blue. He didn't sound like a criminal. He sounded confident, highly professional, and incredibly successful. He spoke with an authority that made you feel safe. He told you about an exclusive, under-the-radar investment opportunity, a secret company about to explode. He promised that if you invested just a few $1,000s today, you would turn it into a life-changing fortune. You trusted him. You felt the excitement of quick wealth. You bought the dream, and you wired the money. But within a few short months, the phone line went dead, the company vanished, and your hard-earned cash was completely gone. Meanwhile, on the exact opposite end of that phone call, the man who spoke to you wasn't crying. He was laughing. He was using your life savings to buy another luxury sports car, another massive oceanfront mansion, and another custom mega yacht. This was the daily reality for thousands of regular people in the late 1980s and 1990s. This is the wild, shocking, and true story of Jordan Belfort, the man who became known to the world as the Wolf of Wall Street. He built a towering financial empire worth hundreds of millions of dollars, not by creating anything of actual value, but by mastering the dark art of persuasion and selling beautiful dreams that never existed. Jordan Belfort grew up in a modest apartment in Queens, New York, Site 1. Unlike many who eventually dominated the financial sector, Jordan didn't come from a family of wealthy old-money elites. His parents were simple, hard-working accountants. But from a very young age, Jordan developed an intense, almost frantic obsession with wealth. Site 1. He didn't just want to be comfortable, he wanted to be unimaginably rich. Early on, he realized he possessed a rare gift, a silver tongue. He could talk anyone into almost anything. During one burning hot summer, a young Jordan went down to a local beach. He noticed that people were sweating under the blazing sun and desperately wanted a way to cool down. He bought coolers, filled them with cheap Italian water ice, and sold them to the beachgoers at a massive markup. In just a few weeks, he made thousands of dollars. It was during this exact moment that Jordan learned the ultimate secret of sales. People do not buy products based on logic. I won. They buy products based on raw emotion. Site 1. If you can make someone feel desperate enough, excited enough, or greedy enough, they will hand you their money without a single second thought. This psychological trick would eventually become the core foundation of his future financial empire. As soon as he was old enough, Jordan set his sights on the ultimate arena of American greed, Wall Street. Site 1. He landed an entry-level job at a prestigious investment firm, wearing his first tailored suit and learning the ropes from seasoned market veterans. Here, Jordan discovered that the entire financial system was fueled by pure adrenaline, high-stakes gambling, and intense persuasion. Site 1. He was completely hooked and ready to conquer the world. But right as he was getting started, disaster struck. On October 19,
But a true wolf
1987,
always
the
finds
global stock
opportunity
market
in
suffered a
chaos.
catastrophic crash.
Desperate
known
for
historically
work,
as
Jordan
Black
took a
Monday.
job
At a small, shady
The
investment
prestigious
center
firm he
located
worked
in a
for
suburban
collapsed
strip
mall.
overnight, and
This
Jordan found
office
himself
sold
what are known
completely
as
unemployed,
penny stocks,
broke,
shares
and back
of
at square
tiny,
one.
unknown companies that were worth literal pennies. To regular investors, these stocks were highly dangerous and practically worthless. But Jordan noticed something that made his eyes light up: the commissions. When selling big blue-chip stocks on Wall Street, the firm only made a tiny 1% commission. But with penny stocks, the commission was a staggering, unbelievable 50%. Jordan instantly realized that if he could use elite Wall Street sales tactics to sell these cheap penny stocks to everyday people, he would become a millionaire overnight. Jordan sat down at his new desk, picked up the telephone, and completely revolutionized the shady world of penny stock sales. He targeted wealthy individuals who had money to burn. He crafted a flawless, highly manipulative sales script designed to exploit basic human psychology. He would tell his victims that they were getting an exclusive early bird opportunity to invest in the next big technological breakthrough or a revolutionary medical company before it went public on the major markets. He mastered the art of creating artificial urgency, telling people that the opportunity would vanish within minutes if they didn't act immediately. Investors on the other end of the line were completely blinded by the brilliant vision of hope and easy wealth that Jordan painted for them. Enticed by the promise of massive guaranteed returns, regular folks and wealthy doctors alike began investing heavily, emptying their bank accounts and sending thousands of dollars straight into Jordan's pockets. Jordan founded a brand new brokerage firm and gave it a prestigious-sounding name, Stratton Oakmont. He recruited young, aggressive, uneducated kids from his neighborhood, people who were broke, desperate for success, and willing to do absolutely anything to get rich. The Stratton Oakmont office quickly transformed into a loud, chaotic, and completely ruthless sales machine. Every single day, employees would stand on their desks, screaming into their telephone headsets, relentlessly closing deals, and generating millions of dollars in commissions. They perfected a criminal scheme known as the pump and dump. First, Jordan's company would quietly buy up millions of incredibly cheap, worthless shares of a tiny target company. Once they owned the vast majority of the supply, Jordan would order his army of hundreds of aggressive salesmen to call thousands of clients across the country simultaneously. The salesmen would hype up the stock using completely fabricated lies, telling investors that the company was about to sign a massive international deal. This highly coordinated, aggressive promotion artificially pumped the stock price sky high. As thousands of innocent investors rushed to buy in out of fear of missing out, the stock price skyrocketed to record heights. Once the price reached its absolute peak, Jordan and his secret partners would dump all of their own shares at the inflated price, walking away with tens of millions of dollars in instant profit. The moment they stopped hyping it, the artificial demand completely vanished. The stock price crashed down to zero, and the innocent investors were left holding completely worthless shares, losing everything they owned. After a massive investigation, the FBI finally moved in and arrested Jordan Belfort. His multi-million-dollar empire vanished in the blink of an eye. The luxury cars, the private jet, and the massive mansions were seized by the government to help compensate victims. Stripped of his wealth, his prestige, and his power, Jordan pleaded guilty to securities fraud and money laundering. He was sentenced to federal prison and forced to spend his days behind bars. Years later, he emerged to write a best-selling memoir that would eventually become a hit Hollywood film. Looking back, the single biggest product the Wolf of Wall Street ever sold wasn't stock. It was a beautiful, fabricated dream, a dream that ultimately cost thousands of people their savings, their trust, and in some cases, everything they owned.